Welcome to Arthos, where ancient wisdom meets modern understanding. Episode 12, The Seasons of the Mind. Imagine stepping outside in the middle of January, feeling the freezing wind on your face, and screaming at the sky because it is cold. You would look completely insane. You cannot argue with winter. You cannot negotiate with a storm. You simply put on a heavy coat, build a fire, and wait for the spring because you know the cold is temporary. Yet, when the winters of our actual lives arrive, when we lose a job, when a relationship turns cold, or when a business cycle crashes, we panic. We yell at the universe. We act as if the freezing pain is going to last forever. 5,000 years ago, Lord Krishna gave Arjuna a profound psychological formula. Stop trying to control the weather of the world and start building the resilience of your mind. Welcome to the Bhagavad Gita. This is episode 12, The Seasons of the Mind. We are continuing our journey through the second chapter, Sankhya Yoga, the yoga of analytical knowledge. As we move through this foundational chapter, we are dismantling the illusions that cause human suffering. Today, we answer a burning question. If the soul is eternal and cannot be harmed, why does life still hurt so much? Let's step into part 1 of today's story, the burning question. In the last episode, Lord Krishna delivered the ultimate truth. The soul never dies. It simply changes bodies like a person changes clothes. But look at Arjuna. He is still sitting on the chariot, and his hands are still trembling. Why? Because philosophical truth does not instantly erase physical and emotional pain. Knowing that your soul is immortal does not make the heartbreak of seeing your family on a battlefield hurt any less. Krishna is the ultimate psychologist. He knows that Arjuna is thinking, okay, my grandfather's soul won't die, but I'm still going to miss him. It is still going to hurt. Krishna anticipates this exact human struggle, and he answers it with one of the most practical, daily use verses in the entire epic. Now, let's dive into part 2, the arrival of winter. Listen to Shlok 14, a verse that has the power to carry you through the darkest moments of your life. Matra sparsh tu kaunte shitoshna sukha dukhada. Agm paino nitya stams Titikshasva bharat. The direct translation is, O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress, and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception, O scion of Bharat, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. Krishna immediately follows this with Shlok 15, describing the reward for this mindset. Yam haina vyathayanti ete purusham purusharshabha. Samadhu kha sukham Dhiram so mritatavaya kalpte. O best among men, Arjuna. The person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress and is steady in both is certainly eligible for liberation. This brings us to part 3, the anatomy of tolerance. Let us break down the exact, brilliant Sanskrit words Lord Krishna uses here. First, he says matra sparsha. Matra means the senses, and sparsha means contact or touch. Krishna is explaining the pure mechanics of pain and pleasure. When your skin touches ice, it feels cold. When your ego touches an insult, it feels pain. It is just a biological and psychological reaction. It is not your permanent identity. Then, he uses the word agmapaina, which means that which comes and goes, and anitya, meaning impermanent. Happiness and distress are exactly like the global economy, the shifting of a market, or the changing of the weather. They are cyclical. They arrive, they stay for a while, and they absolutely must leave. And finally, Krishna gives the supreme command, Titikshasva. This translates to tolerate them. But in Sanskrit, Titiksha does not mean passive, weak suffering. It does not mean giving up. It means building a powerful, internal endurance. It means standing tall in the freezing wind, knowing exactly who you are, and refusing to let external circumstances break your internal focus. Finally, we arrive at part 4, the mirror of resilience. In our modern lives, we are addicted to the summer. We want our careers, our investments, and our relationships to be warm, profitable, and easy all the time. When the inevitable winter hits, a financial loss, a personal betrayal, a global crisis, we completely fall apart. We drop our weapons just like Arjuna. We think the cold will last forever. But the Gita is asking you to become a Dhiram, a sober, steady observer. When success comes, do not become arrogant. It is just a season. When devastating failure hits, do not become depressed. It is just a season. Titikshasva, tolerate it. Button up your coat and keep driving the chariot forward. But how do we practically do this? How do we train our minds to stop overreacting to the illusions of the world? In the next episode, Lord Krishna draws the ultimate line in the sand. He gives Arjuna the definitive test to tell the difference between what is actually real and what is entirely fake. See you in episode 13.